To escape from his pursuers, a man disguised himself as a scarecrow. However, despite his efforts, the gang of villains still managed to track him down. Surprisingly, instead of immediately exposing the man's disguise, the leader, Henry, took a step back with a sinister grin on his face. He then pulled out his gun, aimed it at the scarecrow, and ordered all his men to open fire. Witnessing this scene, Jack was instantly gripped by panic. But before he could even attempt to flee, a hail of bullets rained down upon him like a swarm of angry bees. Jack was riddled with holes on the spot, his body resembling a honeycomb. To cover up the truth behind Jack's death, Henry had the audacity to shove a pitchfork into the man's hand, creating the illusion that Jack had tried to attack them and that they were forced to act in self-defense. Determined to eliminate any remaining threats to himself, Henry quietly snuck into Jack's home in the dead of night and suffocated Jack's sleeping mother to death. Still not satisfied with his heinous act, the deranged Henry set the entire house ablaze, leaving nothing but ashes in his wake. Henry believed he had perfectly destroyed all the evidence, but little did they know, they would soon pay a terrible price for their actions. The following afternoon, one of the thugs was shocked to discover that a strange scarecrow had mysteriously appeared in his family's field. The scarecrow was riddled with bullet holes, just like Jack, who had died the day before. This sight terrified the man, and he immediately shared the news with a few of his accomplices. However, his companions all assumed he was just being paranoid due to the stress and told him not to worry about it. Feeling frustrated, the man returned home, only to be surprised to find that the scarecrow from earlier had vanished, leaving only a wooden frame standing in its place. In a fit of anger, the man kicked it down without hesitation. Just as he was about to head back inside to rest, he heard the sound of machinery running from the storage room. Cautiously, he went to investigate what was happening, but everything seemed to be in order. He had just turned off the machine and was about to leave when he heard a strange noise coming from above. Suspicious, he climbed up a ladder to see what was going on. However, at that very moment, the machine suddenly restarted. Startled, the man lost his balance and fell, managing to grab onto a nearby light fixture. But the wires couldn't support his weight, and the next second, he plummeted into the spinning machinery below. At the same time, another one of the villains noticed something unusual. A scarecrow had suddenly slipped into his barn. Recalling the crimes they had committed, he was overcome with terror and quickly started his car, ready to flee. But at the crucial moment, the car wouldn't start. Left with no other choice, he took shelter inside the granary. He thought he had finally escaped the danger, unaware that death was already lurking right beside him. The conveyor outside began to operate on its own, and the sound frightened the man. Panicking, he tried to run out of the granary, only to find that the door had been locked from the outside. Tons of grain then poured down from above, burying the trapped man alive. The mysterious deaths of two of their companions left Henry and the remaining men trembling in fear. Henry gathered the remaining gang members, intending to dig up Jack's grave and get to the bottom of the mystery. Little did they know, the true nightmare was only just beginning.